Today we're taking a look on how we make our skateboard graphics. YouTube, what's going on? I hope everyone had a great, awesome Thanksgiving. Sorry for no video yesterday, but today we're going to show you guys how we make our own skateboard graphics. I know it's been the burning question for the past 5 or 6 months, so let's not waste any time today. Let's jump right into how we make our skateboard graphics. So what you will need for today's tutorial is a razor blade, X-Acto knife, squeegee, a ruler, some transfer tape, or so vinyl, and our good old heat gun. Once again, here is the tools you will need. They're all very vital and you do need them all. Now the most important tool, a vinyl cutter. You need one of these for sure. And of course a good old skateboard to apply your graphics to. So we're going to be opening up paint.net. This is a free photo editing software I do all my deck graphics in. Adobe Photoshop is also another great photo editing program that you can use for this as well. Today we're going to be making a Monster Energy Northwest Deck parody skateboard. So right now I'm working on the Northwest Deck Monster Energy parody look right here. I found a font that's very close to Monster and we're going to be using this. So I'm going to crop and scale it down. We're going to open up Shortcuts a lot Pro now. This is a free software that comes with the vinyl cutter. Right here I have my grid measured 32 inches by 10 inches. That's about the size of the skateboard. Even though the skateboard's 8 inches in width, I still want to have about 2 inches or so of excess. So I'm going to bring my work from paint.net into Shortcuts a lot Pro and get all of them in here. You want to use as many graphics as possible so you're not wasting paper. We're going to set the print here and we're going to press cut on the computer, and now what we have on our Shortcuts a lot program is now cutting into the vinyl. Let it do its thing and wait for it to finish. It usually takes around 5 to 10 minutes depending on how complex the design is. So once you're done, we should have something that looks like this. And we'll be doing the same exact thing now to the outer outline of the graphic. We're cutting the same exact cut that we did last time, so we'll be able to match these pieces up flawlessly together. And this is a process here where we're taking all the excess off around our cuts to pretty much just remove all the excess vinyl off around the Northwest X logo right there that we cut. Right here we're just going to be doing the energy portion below our Northwest Deck graphic. It's very simple to weed this. It's not as hard as it looks. Here's the Monster logo right here. This is just something we filled the paper in with because I did not want to waste paper. So then you should have something that looks something like this. Once you pull all your excess off, you should have your cuts up here nice and perfect on your paper. Now you're going to want to take that transfer tape. This is one of the most important key steps right here. You're going to need to make sure you don't get no air bubbles underneath that transfer tape onto the vinyl, because it will affect your overall outcome when you're applying your graphics. So take your time with this. It's a little bit sped up. You want to make sure it's all squeegeed down very nice and smooth. And once you're done with that, you're going to want to cut your logo off of the paper. I'm not using the logos down there at the bottom there, so I'm not going to need that. Once again, make sure all the air bubbles are out. You definitely don't want any air bubbles on your vinyl. So then you're going to want to do the same exact thing to your other cut. You want to make sure that the silver is the outline for this project right here, and the green will be filling in the lettering for the Northwest X. You see right here, it fits the board pretty perfect. So first we're going to start off with the silver outline right here. I used a piece of tape to center it for myself, and I will be taking the first section of it, Splitting it in two, I just want to peel back the film here with the vinyl on it. I'm going to be trimming all that excess paper right here off with my X-Acto knife. Then you're going to carefully want to take your squeegee and just kind of let it follow its line that it's been placed in and make sure that's all down. And then you're going to want to remove the tape from the center of the graphic, and you're going to want to do the same exact thing now to the second portion of it. Once again, if you take your time, the results will be much better. You can make a lot of mistakes when you're trying to fly through this. Right here I'm peeling at an angle where my letters are coming off perfectly on the skateboard. Later on we'll be using a heat gun to make sure they stay there forever. Now I'm going to begin to cut up. I find it's a lot easier when you do each letter individually. Doing it all at once is too much of a risk. You're not going to get it lined up perfectly. So take your time with this, cut them up. If you're doing any sort of lettering, the results will be much more nicer. You just want to take your time right here and place each letter inside of the silver outline right here. It's really not too hard. After a couple letters you'll get the hang of it and fly right through it. So you just want to be very careful and be sure to not peel the vinyl transfer tape off the lettering too hard or too fast, because it will peel up and rip. So take your time with this. Later on we'll be making sure it stays there permanently while we use the heat gun. You just want to take your time and do this for the rest of the entire skateboard. Make sure you get all your letters in on the inside of that silver. Always save your designs in the Sure Cuts a Lot program, so if you do make any mistakes, you can make another cut in case you do screw up on a letter or so. Taking your time is very key in situations while peeling back the transfer tape. You don't want to make any too fast peels or else it's going to tear or stretch the vinyl, which you totally can't fix if you do, so be sure not to do that. Right here we're going to get our energy on right below our Northwest X graphic up on top. We're just about done with this skateboard right here. Once we get this energy off, we're going to plug in the heat gun, and now we're going to heat up the board's graphic to the skateboard. You want to be sure not to get too close, and now you'll start to see the graphic come one with the skateboard. Then, if your graphic does go over the truck holes, you're going to carefully want to cut those out. You don't want that over, so if you do leave those covered up when you do put your trucks in, it might ruin your graphic a little bit, so make sure that's all cut out. I'm just going to wipe all my fingerprints off the skateboard after working with it. So this is what we ended up with right here, a custom-made Northwest X Monster Energy parody. I really couldn't decide on a graphic yesterday, and that is what kind of delayed and prolonged the whole making of this tutorial. I was just really, I don't know, I didn't know what to do. Overall, I hope this tutorial helped some of you. If you guys have any questions or comments, I'll be glad to answer them down there in the comments below. There are other ways we do make our skateboard graphics, and we'll get into that hopefully in the next couple weeks. But give this video a thumbs up and share the video, and you're qualified for Sunday's Skateboard giveaway. If you're new to our channel, leave a comment and you're qualified for that. Of course, subscribe. I'm gonna get back to work. I got some skateboards to make. Hope you guys all have a great, awesome Friday night. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow.